Well, there you have it, folks. That's what it looks like from this side angle, anyway. Pretty good. Windows in. You got the fascia. Got the trimming around the fascia. Windows. Straight enough anyways to put the finishing on. On this type of house here, it's strapping and then but that's how it goes. Company name TCC, Cruise Construction. One man, 15 days. Think about that. From one of my uncles. I just showed you around. I'm sure you still find ways to complain about stuff. That's part of the industry. It's better to complain over here than go home and complain to our wives, huh? Think about that. Well, there you go. Those aren't the stairs that are actually going there. I don't do stairs. That's not my job. That's part of cabinets, stairs and cabinets. I don't do those. But it's gonna be a big, nice fireplace. Yeah, open concept on top. Nice patio doors. Nice view. This entrance to the kitchen and a bigger entrance. If you have kids, you're gonna be able to run in circles. Yeehaw! Yeah, so the stairs here actually go in circles. They're circular stairs. Well, look at these. All these studs are straight. Got the windows in, everything. For the most part. There's still the front windows to put in. And patio door. The balcony door. It's pretty cool. Yeah, large bedrooms. We just entered through the stairs right through the master bathroom. And you got another bathroom. Closet. And actually this is another bathroom. There, so technically what's left here is we gotta put bathtub backing all the way around in between these studs. I've already marked them. Okay, so that goes center, and then that's what needs. And then we also, I think, I'm not 100% sure, I have to double check again with the engineer, but I think here we have to put strapping along the trusses on top. I don't think it's necessary for the bottom because I think they might be using channel for the drywall, but then again, it's different for every house that you build. Alright, and then you got a cool view to downstairs. Somebody else will be doing the banisters and all those things. I don't take care of the finishing at all. What we do is rough framing. We build you a house in 15 days. We're allowed 45 days on average is what it usually takes a crew to build one. Most crews in this part of the country actually can build them with a crew in about 15 to 20 days, usually. Like I said, by themselves. I've never seen anybody else do it on the planet. My name is Joseph. I am an architect as well, so that's why I know a lot of what I'm doing. And sometimes you'll end up with stuff like this, and some bosses will yell at you or get mad a little because that's that's broken. You should have used another piece, but sometimes you're forced to use the wood they bring you, and sometimes it's not always the best wood. Like here, you got staples still in this wood here from the wrapping, and sometimes you get some that are full of knots, and then sometimes you get some that still have bark on them. Look at this. This is tree bark. See, it pulls right off. Huh? So depending on the quality of wood you end up using, and if you're lucky, you'll order trusses that are actually pretty cool. But in this case here, we had to make it work because the gables were too short. See, these are my gables. Okay, here in the front, in the back is doubled. They're doubled and they're nailed. Okay, every foot and on both sides. Okay, and it's nailed every foot on the bottom and top. And then we put in our hips to make a valley. So we got those lining up all the way up to the top, and then we got our pieces on top that make our little triangle. And in this case here, I had a lot of trouble because I tried to finish it in the dark with some lighting and stuff, but we managed not so bad. We straightened it up a little, as much as possible. Most of these trusses were shorter. Like I said, the gable was 2 inches shorter than the rest of the stuff, so that made it a little difficult to try to line everything up. So yeah, and that's how it goes. And you gotta make sure you put in your trusses. Very important that you put all these pieces. All these pieces are there for a reason. Okay, they're not there to look pretty, and sometimes they're awkward if you're the kind of person that likes to walk in your attic and play in there. These aren't made to play in, okay, because they're not open concept attics, they're closed concept attics, and they're there to protect your house from hurricanes and earthquakes. That's what they're there for. Okay, if you don't put those in, that'll be the #1 reason why your roof will get ripped right off the house if it's not there. So yeah, anyway, we're still going. Got there. Now we gotta clean up the mess. Clean up that mess, and then when the guy for the stairs comes in and does the stairs, we end up taking this 2x4 here and putting it straight again. We just have to re-nail this just so that we had access to a flight of stairs up and down, because using ladders is a little difficult. And you gotta make sure, here's something very important, you gotta make sure every hole in these has their nails. Okay, these are 10 gauge, and then these are full spikes into the wood. Those are very important things. You want to make sure all your bracing is done too. See, we got floor bracing. Okay, this is done in all the houses that we built. They're not in all the houses, but they are in all the houses that we built. And we got ourselves used to working with these guys. So they do ladders to tie their walls in. And I've never used that tactic, but I used it on this house and the last 12 houses actually. And we usually put corners up, and corners will do the same thing. It'll be the same, yeah. So, and they'll complain though if you're doing this. See this one here, they might complain as well. If you look, it's pretty flush, but it's sticking out. It's sticking out just a little bit. So you just take your hammer there and just bang it right back and put one more nail in it to make sure. That's all you gotta do. And then here's another thing. Okay, you see these are open concept headers. Okay, they're not headers like a door frame will have. This type of header here. Okay, where I nail double what code wants all the time. Okay, but here they're open concept. Now most houses, I notice and I've seen it myself. We always try to put a crucifix in the middle, or a clock in the middle, or a picture right in the middle of the doorways. Well, for the drywall guys, they ask us anyways to put them at the 16s anyways, and they don't line up in the middle. And then when you don't line up in the middle like that, eventually your doors warp. Okay, so when you put it in the middle like this and you put one on either side, okay, first off, the customer, he's happy because he can hang something right above the door like he always wanted without having to damage his drywall. And second off, the drywall guy, he's pissed off because he now has to cut his piece to put in another piece in. And then third off, okay, I'll tell you this from experience, okay, Warm weather, cold weather, warm weather, cold weather. Around all doors, don't matter which ones you have, okay? Around all doors and windows, okay? Cold weather, it shrinks. Warm weather, it expands. Eventually, you're opening up a closet door and it's not sliding properly anymore, okay? Number one problem reason for that is not because your doors are bad, okay? Or the framer himself, okay? It's because it's not framed this way, okay? You center them. You see this door? You got your one in the middle to make the customer happy, but then you got one on either side as well to keep it level. Okay, so it's more difficult for it to warp one side or warp to the next side when it's warm or cold. Okay, remember that. Okay, these are the last tips, last tricks. Okay, not my last house. I'm trying to reach 1,300. We'll see if I can. If I can't, well, you know, I had a good career so far. Can't really complain. And you got a lot of pictures here proving the work I can do. And really hope you like my Facebook and all those things there, my website, because I built it not just to show off, but to teach my children and your children and whoever's children on the planet that wants to learn about stuff. So that's how we do it. That's how we'll keep doing it. All right, and like I said, my price on average time is $10 a square foot. And I sub the sheeting of the roof, okay? Because I'm getting old. I'm getting old and my ankles are having a heck of a lot of trouble to walk up out there. I don't mind doing the trusses and fascia and stuff like that, but doing the sheeting on roofs, it's starting to hurt. I am getting old, but my normal price is $10 a square foot. So plus basement, okay? You add the square footage if you want basement walls, okay? That's not included in the price. And I don't do stairs, so you gotta get someone else to do your stairs and cabinets. Okay, Potvane's a great company. They do that. They do stairs and cabinet finishing carpentry work. Okay, I don't do finishing carpentry work. I do rough framing. All said and done. Here, the whole world's got proof of what I do and what I did in the last 15 days. This is what I did. Hope you had fun. Winter's coming. Better bundle up out there. Peace out, world.